Hi, I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. Something is wrong with the most powerful Republican in the United States Congress. Speaker of the House John Boehner is either stupid, bought and paid for by crony corporate interests, or he's on the other side, meaning a Democrat posing as a Republican. Because nothing else explains the news that the GOP intends to pass immigration reform, i.e. amnesty, this year. Nothing would explain that. You might be wondering how I know it's amnesty. Because to pass it through Harry Reid's Senate and to avoid a veto from President Obama, it has to be amnesty. It has to be some form of amnesty for illegal immigrants because they're the future Democratic voters. Nothing could ever pass Harry Reid's Senate that doesn't include some form of amnesty because he needs to allow Democrats to wear the crown of conquering heroes to the Latino community and therefore garner more votes for Team Obama in November. But why would any sane Republican want to help him do that? Democrats are about to be crushed. They're drowning. They're desperate to shuffle the deck. Why would any sane GOP leader throw them a life preserver? New York Senator Chuck Schumer, the ultimate liberal, is winking and nodding on Sunday morning talk shows like it's a done deal. Do you think he's winking because he just agreed in the back room to a deal that's bad for the Democratic Party? Do you think the president, this president, the one who's halted deportations, would agree to any bill that sells illegal immigrants down the river? If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you in Mexico. Now let's examine why even discussing, let alone passing, any immigration bill is self-destructive, stupid, and political suicide for Republicans right now. First, Democrats are on the run. They're about to be destroyed in November. Every poll shows it. Every bit of common sense tells you the same thing. Every conversation with average middle-class Americans proves it. Obamacare has ruined Obama and the Democratic Party brand. The latest poll shows Obama at 41% approval. There are literally no voters left to support Obama who aren't being bribed with a government check. Just as I reported earlier this year, Obama's support among the actual taxpayers, business owners, and homeowners of America is darn close to zero. Knowing this, why would the leader of congressional Republicans, the Speaker of the House, want to change the conversation? Why would he want to let Obama off the hook? Why would he discuss anything but Obamacare nonstop for the next 6 months? Doesn't Boehner want to win? When you've got the opposition on the run, why would you lift your boot off their neck? Makes me wonder which team he's playing for. What about you? Why wouldn't any sane GOP leader keep talking Obamacare 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 6 months in a row until the clock runs out at Election Day? Millions of Americans have lost their coverage. Millions more have had their premiums raised. Millions more have lost their doctors. Everyone with a mind who can think is steaming mad. The vast majority of people who got free insurance from Obamacare are almost 100% government-addicted, welfare-loving, food stamp-loving, dependent Democratic voters. Obama hasn't picked up one vote with Obamacare, but he's gotten millions of independents mad as a hornet's nest. So to change the conversation now would be a dereliction of duty. If this were the military, General Boehner would be relieved of his command and brought up on criminal charges. He's harming his own troops. He's purposely losing the war. He's pulling defeat from the jaws of victory. Who does that? Secondly, my grandfather taught me about how to treat your loyal customers. He was a successful small business owner, and he always said the key to success was the customer is always right. Why would Boehner poke a stick in the eyes of his best customers? Why would he mock conservatives? Why would he turn off his loyal conservative base now on the precipice of a landslide in November? It just defies logic. Which team's he playing for? Third, and most importantly, if everyone in the know believes the GOP is on the verge of a massive landslide victory, why would you even think of negotiating an immigration reform bill now? Think about it. It's a lose-lose. Obama and Harry Reid hold all the cards, but starting in 2015, with a GOP Senate and House, and Obama an embarrassed, emasculated lame duck, the GOP would hold all the cards. What Republican leader would be dumb enough to pass that bill now? Wait until 2015, and instead of begging for crumbs, the GOP is dictating the terms of Obama's surrender. What sane leader would trade a win-win for a lose-lose? Into this situation steps John Boehner, leader of the party that practices shooting itself in the foot. Boehner is theoretically on our side, yet he wants to let Democrats off the hook for Obamacare, change the conversation to something divisive, demoralize and anger his own base, hand a moral victory to Obama, inspire Democrats' core voters, and negotiate from the worst possible position instead of merely waiting a few months to negotiate from the best possible position. Does any of this make sense to you? So now I ask you, is John Boehner stupid, bought and paid for, or on the other side? He's clearly not thinking clearly, or he's not playing for our team. No matter your answer, it's now clear, Boehner has to go. I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Personal Liberty. God bless America and save us from the Marxists in the White House intent on destroying capitalism and wiping out the middle class, and the feckless, floundering, cowardly, or perhaps traitorous Republicans in Congress who refuse to stand up to him. Bye-bye.